Hello, beautiful YouTube family. Ooh, it's a little dark here, isn't it? Ooh, it really is. It's not so dark on my other screen. I have a light for when it gets a little bit darker, but let's go ahead and keep it cozy because we will be going in here shortly in a few minutes. We are going to do some Bija mantra chanting with my friend Will. Now, if you have Insta, hop onto my Instagram for this part. You can hang out here, but you're only going to see me. I pray you're going to hear him too. But you're only going to see me for this part. But if you have Instagram and you want to join me, I started a new account. It's my name, Tuesday May Thomas. It's just tuesday.may.thomas. That's the new one where this will be going live. If you wanted to hop on to Insta for now and just find me and tap my little circle where the red light is going to be going on shortly to join so that you can get a little bit of Will, my dear best friend, channeling and chanting with us, please do. Otherwise, stay right there. We're going to grab him in just a moment. We are going to go live over here on Instagram. And I'm so excited. Blessings. All right. Blessings and welcome, dear Instagram family. We are getting set up. And in just a moment, our dear Will is going to join us for this experience. He has just such a beautiful voice. He's going to help us chant those Bija mantras. So we are so very grateful and excited. Hi, Will. Okay, he's requesting to come on board. Let's go ahead and bring him on in. I'm so excited. We might have to do a little adjusting of our camera here in a moment to make sure our heads don't get cut off. Hi, Will.
Hi, darling.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for letting me join you.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us. You know, how long have we been talking about going on Insta and chanting the Bijas?
For an entire year.
And
this time last year is when we were like, I miss chanting with you. We need to do it on Insta.
Yeah. And so for family out there, myself and Will were roommates for a blessed year, this like magical year. And we just got to sit and meditate and chant quite often with each other. So it's so nice to be reconnected with you. And just while we have a minute or two before we officially begin, I was going to invite you to share a little bit about how these Bijas, how chanting the Bijas serves your practice.
Well, I know nothing. I know that, but I use the Bijas every morning as a part of my meditation ritual. The idea of the chakras, the idea of chanting to activate the chakras has helped me enormously. It helps me focus. It helps me send love to those parts of my body that those chakras are attuned to. That's really what it is. It's not about finding an answer for anything. Mm-hmm. It is all about sending love to the different aspects of my body, you know, and that's a great way to wake up. It's a great way to wake up my body and my energy body. And yeah, I love doing it. But so also, I think you've even found this a great vocal warm-up.
Yes.
I'm an actor, a performer, so it's a great way to start your vocalizing, you know? You're humming and you're buzzing, and I love to sing, and it's there's a praise aspect to it, you know? But the more I do it every morning, and the longer I do it, the more it teaches me. You know, it has its own lessons, you know, and those lessons aren't conveyed in words. Those lessons are conveyed through experience.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's so true. And I love this aspect of waking ourselves up from the inside out. And for those just joining us, you know, Bija means seed. And what we're going to do here now is we're going to chant the seed sounds that help to activate and awaken the chakras along the spinal column. And we won't go into all that. I have tons of videos here on YouTube that you can look up in the search bar if you're interested in more. And we're going to just shoot from the hip. We're going to start from the root chakra and work our way up to the crown. And don't worry, you don't have to know the sounds. I will announce them each time we go up the ladder. and into a new chakra. I will announce what we'll go into. And we're going to organically breathe and let it sound out, right? Between myself and yourself, Will. We're going to know where we're going to begin. We're going to know where we're going to end, and we're going to breathe and let it organically flow. So if his om or his lam or something starts a little before mine or vice versa, it's all good. It's all going to just layer into a beautiful tapestry together. And one thing I know that we always used to have a conversation about, or maybe it was me bringing it up, is how many chants, because I was getting 3, but then that 4 thing, what do you think?
4 for the heart.
Yes.
That's what I always...
Yeah. Okay. So you too, but what about third eye? Because sometimes that would come up for us too, with how many? 4 or 3 or...
Nice and special, juicy, full moon, new 4. Kasham.
You know what? Can we just say thank you for reminding me? This is a Scorpio full moon. Oh yes, thank you, my dear. So this is huge and juicy. I hopped onto stories earlier on my new Insta page sharing a little bit about energy letters, which don't worry if you're late. I'm still working on mine, but I know this is my work for tonight and for this full moon time. We are calling in the blessed light of all that is. So let's go ahead and just take a moment. We're going to begin because we're going to go straight into this. We're going to have a little moment, but then we're going to go straight into our Meet Your Higher Self meditation. And I believe I only have an hour on a live segment before it cuts off. So the intention, the vision that I've been shown is that the bijas and the meditation will fit neatly into the package of an hour live. And then if there's Q&A and stuff, I'll hop back on and after the meditation, because it might cut off. We might just be like, oh, where'd she go? What's going on? I'll come back on. And if there's any Q&A or sharing them, we can do that at the end. And also you guys here on YouTube, you'll just be here. And so I thank you everyone for being here. And thank you again, Will. So let's go ahead and just take that moment to close the eyes and get ourselves comfortable. Taking a nice deep breath in and out. We'll call in our angels, our guides, all of those light beings who love us, those divine animal totems, our loved ones, including animals who may be left from this life, but who watch over us. As angels, we welcome your love and your light now. And together we enter into the holy space of the heart. So just softening your gaze within and dropping into the heart center now. And taking a breath in and out from your heart. And feel all those gathered here, all of our hearts connected together. We enter into the rose quartz crystalline cave to do this work together now. And we're going to continue from this sacred space of this crystalline rose cave into dropping our awareness to the very base of the spine. So what we'll do as we share it is we will chant each bija seed sound 3 times for each of the chakras, except the heart and the third eye, which we will go review what those sounds are before entering those portals. We'll do each of those 4 times, but we'll remind you. So drop the awareness right down into the base of the spine. The color is red. You're going to be invited to visualize that red. Let's breathe red into the base of the spine. The sound is lam, L-A-M. Let the M ring out. Let your L ring out. Chant it high or low. Breathing 3 rounds of red in and chanting lam out. Breathing red in for lam. Beautiful. And I'm just going to check in 1 second. We're hearing you okay there, Boogaboo? I wasn't sure if you were cutting out. So let's move up to the second chakra, just below the navel, a few inches. The color here is a deep orange, bright deep orange. And the sound is VAM, V-A-M. Really pronounce the V. Feel the vibration in your brain. Pronounce the 3 rounds of breathing orange into the second chakra for the sound VAM. Breathing orange in. And maybe beginning to feel a little bit of a shift in your frequency. We're going to move the awareness up above the navel into the third chakra, the solar plexus. The color is gold, bright yellow. The sound is RAM, R-A-M. 3 rounds, breathing that gold and bright yellow into your solar plexus for RAM. Beautiful. So we're going to move up to the heart, and I'll just offer, I think, Will, what's happening is it's from my end, what I'm hearing is when you hit a certain volume level is it cuts out and it cuts your voice out completely. And then you only come back in when it softens down again. So I'm not sure if that's something you want to manage a little bit on your side as we move into the heart center. We're going to move on up into the center of the chest. Now there's 2 colors, a rose pink and an emerald green. I've had clients and students who have breathed each of those colors in through each nostril, or if there's one color that significantly calls you more than the other, work with breathing that color in. The sound is YAM, Y-A-M, and often we'll imagine a big Cheshire cat grin. So the sound of the heart boosting your immune system, your happy, healthy body, your cells, all the trillions of cells, imagine they are all smiling, matching your facial expression while you chant YAM. It's kind of hard not to grin with a big grin. So let your face open up as you make that Y sound, Y, really big, 4 times, breathing either rose, pink, or green into the heart for YAM, breathing in. Beautiful. And bringing that awareness right up into the throat center. The sound is ham, H-A-M. And the color is a sky blue or turquoise blue. And we're going to sound ham 3 times for the throat chakra. And breathing blue into the throat for ham. Ham. Beautiful. Take a moment, take a breath, check in with your body's energy, your energy body's energy. Notice if you feel a shift in your frequency through this preparation of the chakra centers. Notice that awakening, all the chakras, eyeballs, and the eyes of the chakras awakening now, opening. We move into the heart center, from the heart to the throat, into the third eye. Now the sound for the third eye is different from the rest. There's a hard K, ka, ka, followed by S-H-A-M, sham, ka, sham. We're going to do it 4 times. We imagine the 4 directions, the third eye in front, the third eye behind, directly behind where the front of the forehead is. And then the third eye that exists left and right above your ears on each side. So we're going to chant ka, sham in each direction. You can imagine placing that template as you chant. The color here is indigo. It's like a deep, deep, deep purple, night sky purple. So we're going to breathe indigo 4 rounds for ka, sham, clearing out the third eye. And what I will say is that this is often what I like to visualize is that hard ka, is that moving of the debris. So wherever there's blockages or there's stuck energy through all of those channels and those filters that are those next set of eyeballs that are the third eyes, we're going to use that ka to sort of clear the way if there's any stagnant or stuck energy there, so the sham can then breathe that beautiful indigo light in to cleanse and to clear our ability to see through the third eye. So breathing indigo for ka, sham 4 times, breathing in. Ka, sham. Ka, sham. Ka, sham. Nice. Now bringing the awareness gently to the top of the head, to the crown. And the color here is violet, white light, golden light. Any of those or all three. And the sound is Om, O-M, or if you prefer A-U-M. And chanting Om 3 times. And breathing violet in to the crown of the head. And breathing violet for Om 3 rounds. Beautiful. Now we're going to sit for a few minutes, feeling into the gentle awakening of these chakra centers. And feel that sacred space between each chakra. Lighting up. From the first chakra to the second chakra, the being bridge. Your agreement to be here in a body on this planet. The first chakra, I belong. Your agreement in your contract that you signed with your soul agreement to be here in this lifetime. That contract in your root chakra. Your availability to show up for your contract. And the steps up the ladder from the root to the second chakra. In your being bridge.
I want to say that it's a bit hard to hear you.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Will. Okay. So what I was saying is the root chakra, we're going to bring our awareness into the root chakra, being that space that we belong, that space that we have agreed to be in a body on this planet, in this life. That's where our soul contracts and agreements are made first and foremost, by simply agreeing to be in this bodysuit, in this world at this time. So feel that agreement, the awakening and the knowing, the surrendering. No matter what's going on in your life right now, I've agreed to this. In fact, I have co-created this. Surrendering to that agreement as you look around your life, the people, the places, the things, your health, your healing, whatever's going on, surrendering on this full moon, surrendering. I belong. Your root chakra, I belong. The being bridge from your first to your second chakra, lit up like a ladder of light. Your second chakra, here I am. This is your seed of your purpose, of your mission, your calling, that gets clearer and clearer as you connect with higher self. Feel your here I am lit. Your reasons, your devotion. You're choosing to be here now in this life, even if it doesn't make sense. As you look at your surroundings, your environment, your upbringing, know that there are reasons beyond what the physical eyes can see. Lean into that and trust it. Trust your here I am, those voices, those visions, the pull, the call from deep, deep, deep within yourself. Lean into it, surrender to it tonight. Use the light of the full moon to help that aspect of self become lit. Drink it in. Drink it in. From the second to the third chakra, that's your manifestation bridge until you really honor your here I am. Those aspects that will come in manifestation will be practiced until you are really ready to fully embody your whole self, your whole higher self, 100%. We are in training. We are in training. And so that manifestation bridge lighting up from the second to the third, your third chakra, I am here. This is your everything of you showing up in the third dimension, in this body, belonging in this body, belonging on this planet, belonging and knowing and devoted to your mission, to your calling, without fear, without limitation, and allowing yourself to surrender to that. This is your I am here in your third chakra. Feel that third chakra lit with your willingness, your sheer willingness to surrender, to embody and to live your here I am as your I am here. Surrendering to the power that you are as yourself, fully lit in your authentic light, in your here I am here presence. And all of these beautiful bridges then light from that third chakra to the heart, the trust bridge, trusting that what you've learned about belonging here and what you're choosing to lean into as your here I am, that you're hearing from that second chakra, trusting it, being it, and embodying it in this third dimension through your third chakra, trusting that it's actually true. But how do you know? You don't know until you live it. With courage from that third chakra, we surrender because through the trust bridge, we light our way, stepping through the world from that third chakra into the heart with that trust, with the innocence of trusting our intuition, which is the voice of higher self, trusting that voice that leads, that guides, that is always placing us in the right place at the right time, leaning into it, surrendering to that divine, impeccable timing that is the voice of higher self that speaks through our hearts. Of feeling yourself, bless you, Boogaboo, feeling yourself completely aligned with that truth in your heart. And feeling that trust bridge from your third chakra to your heart center lit. Because remember, as we step into trust, not everything that we believe do we get to see first. Because as we practice leaning into our intuition, trusting our higher self, and weaving our life on behalf of higher self and its divine guidance, what happens is we start to really move from the heart center through that mystic gift of trust in that heart. And what happens is the next bridge lights up from the heart that goes all the way through the throat, the third eye, the crown, and beyond. That's your faith line. And faith does not rely on logic. Faith does not rely on the matrix. Faith does not rely on what this world would show it. Faith sees beyond the veil. So feel that whole line of energy up and down your spine lit, your chakras prepared and ready. We'll take 1 minute. Say your own divine intention and prayer for being here this evening and for our upcoming Meet Your Higher Self meditation. Take this minute to create your intention now. And very, very gently, we'll start to bring the awareness back to the space. Thank you for hopping on, everyone. Blessings. So we're just going to have another minute or two before we go right into our meditation. Oh, I'm so glad. Some of you, I thought you had to work. Thank you so much, Will. And you know what? We're going to have to do this again because I think there was a little something with our levels, darling. Hi, Alicia. With our levels. So we'll have to come back. Oh, thank you, everyone, for hopping on. Blessings. So we'll have to do this again, and we'll do like a sound check.
Can two people even talk at the same time on Instagram? Is that even possible?
I think.
Is that right?
I think we're. I keep trying to do it to you, right there. So I think we can, because I've done a bunch of lives and I've definitely interrupted people and been interrupted.
She says I can hear Will so loud, so I take out my earbuds.
Oh, maybe it was just for me. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. It's all experimenting. Thank you.
Tuesday is so low, she says.
And Tuesday is so low. Okay. You always did have a bigger set of lungs than me, though, Bokapo. Okay, but you know what? Thank you, though, for that, because I will make sure to speak up during our meditation, because I know sometimes I go into meditation and I'm like, so I'll make sure that I speak up. So
we have somebody who can hear both well, so that's great.
Yay!
All right, are you about to do your meditation?
We're gonna go in here in just a minute. So thank you so much, Will. And would you do this again sometime?
I would absolutely. I love chanting the Bija with you anytime. And I think you have to let me go, and I can just sit here and do the meditation with you guys. Okay?
I think you go out. I think you exit somehow. Okay. I know. I don't. There's a button.
Yeah, I love you. I love you very much.
Thank you. Bye. There's a button. Okay, everyone. So thank you so much for being here. And this might be a thing. So there is a donation. There's in the description box on YouTube, and then at my link tree, which I'm grateful. Just as you're guided. And this feels like this might become a thing. Like every month, we're going to do some kind of a little meditation workshop-y something. So I really don't know. We'll see what spirit guides, but I'm so grateful you're here. So let's go ahead. I'm going to take a sip of water and we'll prepare for our meditation now. And again, just so that you know, it's going to most likely cut off at the very end of a half an hour, the end of this hour here together. So I will hop back on after, and I'll just be present. If you want to hop on, if you have anything to share about your meditation with the group, or if you have any questions, okay? And if not, all good. I'm so grateful for our community. And just so you know, this is really mega, mega massive. The little things that we were talking about with those chakras, if you're guided to be here, or even if you didn't see this right now, but I'm most likely going to leave it up on the page, and you're guided and you come back and you see this later. This is so pivotal. This is a calling. Understand that every time that you're called to be somewhere on a spiritual level and you're actually there and it actually works out, there's some medicine, there's some really powerful mojo happening. And it doesn't have to be a huge, big, meltdown. It can be a very beautiful, gentle exchange just in this way. Okay. And these can be so very powerful and potent, and you connecting with your higher self is all about you bringing it in every day. It's about you living your truth in every single way. And higher self, that's all higher self is here to do. Higher self just helps us to remember who we are as our truth, as our authentic, full power self. And that goes for our health. That's our health and our healing of our physical body, right? As well as our coming into our authentic impeccability and standing in our fierce strength and knowing who you are. And knowing that you are not just this body and that you are so much more. And higher self helps us to connect the dots of our multidimensional being and bridge heaven on earth. I have a little background music, and I'm literally going to keep it in the background just for l'ambiance. So go ahead and get settled in, and we're going to start here shortly. Making any adjustments. Sitting nice and tall. knowing all of our guides and our angels are with us. And once again, we thank them all. We thank them all for being present with us. In the rose quartz crystalline cave we are, and it is here we do our work. Now drop into your heart. Drop into your heart. And imagine you can shrink yourself down till you're the size of the tip of your thumb in that tiny space of your heart. And from the center space of your heart, you see yourself in the rose quartz crystalline cave. You look up, you look all around, and you see the dazzling, beautiful life of this soft pink rose quartz surrounding you. It's spacious, there's room. You breathe in and you breathe out. This beautiful open space. You see the souls of others that are gathered here now, and we form a circle together. Stretching out our hands, left palm up, right palm down, we connect gently through the hands. And from your heart, imagine a light from your heart, gently connecting to the person to your right, into their heart. And through your peripheral vision, through your third eye vision, you can see that light continuing to weave then from their heart to the person to their right, and the person to their right, and so on. And we allow that energy to keep moving to the right, from our heart to the person's heart next to us. And equally, we imagine a beam of light from our heart entering the heart of that person to our left, and from their heart, light beaming into the person to their left, and so on, and so on. And eventually you see those light hearts lighting up, and those beams of light as they enter each heart and weave these two circles in opposite directions. You see those heart lights crisscross, passing one another as they come full circle, moving in opposite directions through the center of your heart. Now feel this energy continue to weave through us. Even as the group breaks up and moves in different directions through this meditation, feel this heart connection. As we stand in this circle, in this rose quartz crystalline cave, imagine we are standing at the ends of the spokes of a wheel, and that we gaze into the center of the wheel, we see a shining bright light. And the light becomes brighter and brighter and brighter, and you feel a part of yourself begin to being drawn, as if there is a line of light from your heart, not only connecting you to those left and right of you, but straight ahead to the center of this wheel of light that we are creating together. You feel this light gently pull you in, draw you in, and you surrender to it, and you feel this aspect of your body as if a part of your body, a body of your body begin to being drawn into the center of this light. And you surrender, and you surrender, and you're drawn in closer and closer until you feel that light surround you until you know you are surrounded by that light. And you release your hands, and still in a different dimension, we are connected through hands and heart, but now you journey on your own. Submerged in this light, you hold your hands up in this vision and you see light through your hands. You see through your body. You see your bones, your bone marrow. You see your muscles. You see your veins. You see light in your body. You look down at your legs. You see through your clothing, through your skin. You see light. And this light is brighter and brighter and brighter and calls you deeper into it. And so you quest deeper into this light. And as you merge deeper into the light, you disappear. You look once again for your hands, and they are only light. The light of your body matches the light of your environment. You have disappeared. You are light merging with light. And as this light merging with light, you are carried. You find yourself floating and floating and floating in space. Looking down, you see planet Earth. The intention in your heart is to place yourself in a location on the planet where your sweetest childhood memories abide. So feel that you can beam yourself just like that from this looking down from above onto the planet to now, there you are. You are in that house or on that street or on that playground or wherever it is. You are there. This welcomed place from your childhood, this safe place, this safe place. And look around yourself and notice what has changed, if anything. You notice a desk, a small table on the left. And you begin to walk towards the table. You see there's a pencil, there's a paper, there's an envelope that is closed with your name on it. And you pick up the envelope and you open it. As you look at the letter inside, you see it is a letter, very brief letter that you had written yourself 10 years ago, knowing that you would be here in this meditation, meeting higher self on this day. Read through the letter now a moment. What messages did you send forward to yourself from 10 years ago? Now, knowing you can come back and read this letter again, you're going to fold it up, place it back in the envelope, and place it in your pocket in this meditation. And as you further look around this space, tap into your intuitive powers now and feel your power spot. Where is it that you would sit or spend most of your concentrated time in this area? Maybe you know right away. Maybe you have to look around, get your bearings, and feel that call for guidance. Once you feel that call for guidance, go to that area and sit down. Once you're seated, close your eyes. Meditating in this power spot, Within this meditation, now shrink yourself down one more time to the size of the tip of your thumb and place yourself in the center of your heart. Once again, imagine you are in the rose quartz crystalline cave in the center of your heart. Now, this time you see an elevator to your left. The elevator doors open. You enter the elevator. The doors close. The elevator travels upward slowly. You notice you go past your throat chakra and into the third eye. The elevator follows the line of the spine of your Sushumna column. The elevator stops at the third eye. The elevator doors open and you step out. There's a flashing light coming on and off, on and off, on and off. You step into the light. And as you step into the light turns on. You keep walking into the light. The light is absorbed into your body. You keep stepping into the light. You become the light once more. Now you're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. You're going to hold the breath for 3 counts, which we will count. And then you're going to exhale forcefully through your mouth, redistributing this light through your physical body here now, through the first body, holding hands in the circle, and through this second body, going deeper in the meditation, multidimensionally. Breathe light in, holding for 3 through the nose. Breathe it in. Holding for 3. For 2. Through the mouth forcefully. All bodies that you are now equally aligned with the light of heaven on earth, with the light of heaven as it resides within you, through the pineal gland, through the pituitary, the hypothalamus, and the thalamus. Gathering all of this light activated now within you. The elevator doors open, you enter, and the elevator doors close, and you begin to go down. Feeling the slight sensation in your stomach, this elevator continues to move down, and you go back down past the throat chakra and through that rose quartz crystalline space of the heart, and you move down. The elevator travels through the third chakra, the second, down to the first center. The elevator stops, the doors open, and you step out. It's kind of dark. You see a door. You open the door, and there's a stairway going down. There's a light switch to turn on, and there's a handle that you may hold, a railing. You start to step down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here you are in your most beautiful space that you can imagine out in nature. Look at the sky. Look at the space ahead of you and all around you. Notice the weather. Feel the air on your skin. And in this sacred space, you notice a cave to the right and a large tree next to the cave. You walk towards the cave. You peek in and you feel that it's okay to enter. So you begin to enter into the cave. And the cave becomes smaller and smaller. You have to come down onto hands and knees. And the entrance becomes smaller and smaller. There's a hole you must pass through. You decide to pass through. You squeeze your body in through this hole, and as soon as you come to the other side, there is a beautiful wide opening with a large body of water. You take your clothes off and you begin to enter into this body of water. You can breathe underwater. You start to explore the depths of the floor of this sacred space. Breathing underwater, observing your surroundings. You going deeper and deeper and deeper until you see a chair and someone sitting in that chair with their back to you. There's a candle lit underwater. They sit next to this candle, quite relaxed. You swim your way over, and as you come closer, you realize it is you. It is your higher self expecting you. You acknowledge higher self, and higher self acknowledges you, and you sit in the presence of higher self across from higher self. And even though you're underwater, you sit perfectly, you breathe perfectly. Now, there's a message higher self has for you that is specific to this time in your life right now at this full moon. Ask higher self what message it has for you now and listen. Now, higher self invites you to ask 3 questions now. Question 1, first thing that comes to mind, offer it to higher self now and listen. And question 2, offering question 2 to higher self now and listening. And question 3, what would you ask higher self now? Ask your third question and listen. Thanking higher self, acknowledging the offerings given now. Now, higher self stands up and invites you to stand up with them. And you begin to move deeper into the space of the cave. And higher self guides you into this beautiful, beautiful area. The lamp, 3 envelopes, and 3 pieces of paper, 3 different pens. There's a chair at the table. Higher self invites you to sit with the lamp, with the paper, the pens and the paper, the envelopes. Higher self sits next to you and invites you to be sincerely honest about those aspects that you are ready to have closure with now, to have completion, to release, so that you can really begin listening. Those aspects that are walking now, that create the limitations and the blockages, are simply muffling the ears of the heart, and the ability to hear with clarity the messages that higher self is always sending. The first piece of paper, lift the pen. What are you ready to release? Maybe it's just one word, maybe it's a few sentences. Write it now. Do it now. And fold it up and put it in the envelope and write that main word on the front of it. And the second thing, what are you ready to release, have completion with, closure with? What are you ready to let go of now? Write it. The word, the thing, the whatever it is, the pattern. You know what it is. Higher self knows what it is. Use the clarity of both of you together, the combined heart resonance, the combined third eye light, to be completely honest with yourself. Write it down, put it in the envelope, fold up that paper, and then write that main word on the outside of that envelope. And then the third, what are you ready to release now? Have closure with, completion with. Write that word, that thing, that pattern, whatever it is, down now. Write it down in this vision. Higher self is holding space. And folding that paper up, placing it in the third envelope, and writing that word or that phrase on the front of it. And I can hear some of you saying, were we supposed to use the different pen? You know, that's up to you. If it was guided any different, it would have been guided different. So your choice. But here we are. Take your 3 envelopes, place them now in your other pocket. So the first pocket, you place the letter that you had written yourself from 10 years ago, knowing that you'd be here now. Now these envelopes go in your opposite pocket. Higher self takes you by the hand and walks you from this place. And you both make your way back, and you see that tiny little hole you have to squeeze through again, and higher self smiles and shows you how easy it is. They simply shrink down, move through, and pop through, and they invite you to do the same. So do it. Shrink yourself down even smaller. Vanish through that tiny hole in the wall and reappear on the other side. And you continue now with higher self, making your way back towards the front end of this cave. And it gets lighter and brighter and brighter. And as you come back out towards the tree where you first met higher self and sat, you see there's a small fire. And higher self sits with you here now. Invites you to sit one more time. Higher self hands you oils, and you look at the oils and you notice that they are oils that you are perhaps familiar with, essential oils. The higher self is guiding to place a few dabs of each oil on the various envelopes, those 3 envelopes. You pull them from your pocket, and now you anoint these messages. And with each drop, or those few drops that you place on each envelope, place your intention. You are now going to release into the fire these aspects in this meditation. What is it that you would say to each of these messages, each of these patterns, as you place and anoint that oil now? Place the oil and anoint the first one. Say what you need to say to this message, to this pattern. Place it in the fire and watch it burn. Notice how the flames dance around the oils on the paper. The second envelope, the same thing, anointing it, placing your intention and placing it to the fire, watching it burn. Your higher self standing by, holding space. You see the flames turn the different colors, orange, blue, white light, green. And the third envelope, anointing it, placing intention, placing it into the fire, releasing. And watching the colors of the flame dance as it goes, as it burns to ash. And all of these letters now burn to ash. Higher self places its hands within the ashes and begins to anoint you, drawing warrior markings upon your face. Notice where the fingertips of higher self is placing these marks. You'll go back later tonight and reinvent yourself in this way as you're guided. So notice where these markings of ash are placed upon your face, your neck, your collarbones, your arms, your hands, perhaps. These are your markings of higher self through the dimensions. Your tribal tattoos of sorts, multidimensionally, keeping you connected with higher self. Now, higher self invites you to place a symbol with the ash upon them as well. Do this now. Dip your finger or fingertips into this ash and then place a symbol or a marking anywhere upon your higher self that you know you're guided to place it now. Feel the divinity of the sincere placement and feel yourself and higher self connected, looking at one another in the eyes. Higher self takes you by the hand again, walks you to the stairway, hugs you and says goodbye and hello. For now, you will always have that divine connection and it will get stronger and stronger. You say thank you one more time and higher self thanks you back. You hold the rail, you start to walk up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You find yourself at the top of the stairs. You close the door. The elevator is open. You step into the elevator. The elevator begins to move up from the root chakra, the second, the third, into the heart. It goes through the heart, through the throat, back through the pineal and up to the crown center. Into the crown. Now feel yourself floating at the top of this crown center, seeing this view, this perspective. Look around you, 360. This is your 360 higher self view, the highest view you can have of anything, all perspectives, as one with the light of all love in this universe. And the elevator drops back down through the crown, the third eye, the throat, and into the heart. And you step back in now into this rose quartz crystalline cave. And you feel as once this divine connection with your group, coming into this space, back into your body. Going to start to deepen your breath, feeling your hands connected with your brother and sisters, feeling yourself as one with the group, and begin to awaken.